Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about the media in Ukraine because the government of President Zelenskyy has taken control of the TV stations there. And I guess Tucker Carlson ran a little spot on it last night. I don't know. I didn't watch. But from the giant influx of messages I got about it, it was cast as something that should really concern Americans because it demonstrates that Zelenskyy may be becoming tyrannical, totalitarian, because he's taking over the TV stations. And I've had enough people send messages about this that I honestly wish I had some way to send out a message to everybody in the United States. Do y'all hear that? That tone? Y'all hear it? This has been a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. Had it been an actual emergency or invasion, we would have seized control of every TV and radio station in the country. Now, I'm not particularly concerned that Ukraine has adopted a policy that the United States has had for more than 70 years. That's not high on my list of things to worry about. From 1951 to 1963, it was called Control of Electromagnetic Radiation, and it was administered by Civil Defense. From 1963 to 1997, it was the Emergency Broadcast System. From 1997 to today, it's the Emergency Alert System, and not only can it take over radio stations and TV stations and all of that stuff, it can send messages straight to your phone. Now, I'm not particularly concerned about it. During wartime, this is pretty common. You want to be able to counter your opposition's propaganda, send instructions to civilians trying to avoid fighting, send out messages to troops in the field. Most people who are probably complaining about this watched Red Dawn, right? The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. Same thing. No. This isn't a sign. This isn't something you should be really concerned about. It's been around a long time. Most countries have something very similar to this. The only shocking part about this to me is that this didn't happen day one, because it should have. This is another example of Americans being insulated from conflict. We're not aware of stuff like this. I mean, keep in mind, when this system gets used most times in the U.S., it's about natural disaster. But when it came about, it was administered by Civil Defense. It's a wartime system. That's what it's there for. They just use it for other stuff. I'm not concerned about it. This is an example of the American media taking a story that isn't a story and trying to reframe it so Americans get outraged by it. Understand, there isn't a single person on network TV who's going to cover this who isn't aware that the United States has the exact same system. They have to be. They've heard the test. You've heard the test your entire life. But if it gets framed as Zelenskyy sees the media, well, I mean, that's different than, our own system that does the exact same thing. Because you're used to it here. Because you don't necessarily even know that that's its real purpose. Because most times when it gets used, it's for something regional. There's a hurricane, there's a flood, wildfire, something like that. But make no mistake about it, its original purpose had to do with Russian bombers. People who are pushing this and trying to paint it as the outrage of the day and something you should be concerned about, they have to know. If they're on network TV, they have to know that this system exists. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.